so exciting to be back for day 2. Did you have a good night last night in London? Yes. Yes. Good. And Arnaud, we're so delighted and honored to have you here today. Would you like my microphone? Yes? Okay, wonderful. A dot that makes the mark.
Thank you so much for your invitation. Hello, everyone. So I'm Arnaud from Gandi. I'm the CEO of the Gandi Group. Gandi Group is we have two businesses. One is Gandi.net, and we propose on our platform all the products like domains, web hosting, cloud, our cloud, our web hosting, our mail product, but also SSL certificates and all that. And in the same way, we work with the largest corporate accounts, and it's called the corporate services. So we help big corporates to manage their portfolio of domain names and to make the link with the IP and the protection of their brand. When I talk about large corporates, it's corporates who have more than 5,000 domain names in management for their business. We have 2.5 million domain names under management, 400,000 clients, and something like 100 big clients. And the idea of the purpose of this meeting is just to think about what change in the search. I don't have a real answer, but a lot of question. I question myself on if it impacts the way we make sites, with the way we make referral response on the domain names. That's the question. Of course, the starting point is that the artificial intelligence engine is skyrocketing in terms of usage. According to several sources, you have 20 or 30% of online queries no go through there. So it's a change, and we especially for the young generation. So it means that potential change on the way you need to be existing on the internet. And in the same way, you have a multiplication of third round, and you have the new round of icons. So I think it could be an opportunity to change the way we on internet. If we had a look on the two graphs, you can see that search volume for new and old search engine, and now the volume balance from traditional new one, and especially ChatGPT. The second chart is interesting because it shows how decrease direct site consultation since the introduction of ChatGPT. So it means that before you have a question, you put your question on Google, and Google could reference some specific sites who can answer you. Now you have a direct answer, so you don't need to go to this site. So it's clearly show a trend and a move in the way people search on the internet. For over 2 decades, organic search optimization, SEO, has been built around Google. So you have Google, and you organize all your SEO and reference point on that. So it means that you ask question and got a lot of links, ranking by a mysterious relevant algorithm that nobody knows exactly how it runs. But this is the rule of internet. The web is now scanned in real time by the new search engine, and it's not a database of links. The way they works, it's based on a vast semantic cloud where natural language processing and a large language model, the famous LLM, model analyze meaning, conceptual relationship, and frequent usage. So here, this is a quick map of how it works. You have Google with 99% of the search based on domain names, where you have the .com with represents 43% of all the millions of domain names. And you can have several ways of navigating in internet. You have, of course, the big platform like Meta, TikTok, LinkedIn, based on fact on domain name, but with a kind of exclusive privatization of internet area. You have the Web3, of course, would try to make a connection between another way of surfing on internet, but you need a special referential and use an alternative search engine. And you have the new way with artificial intelligence engine, and they have a global vision of internet with all these sources. But of course, it's kind of a challenge, and they try to challenge Google, but Google stay super leader and still present. Even if you see the billion of queries, but also in the revenues they make on internet. And of course, Google developed its own artificial intelligence search engine with the Gemini. So during years and years, the holy grail to being in the 10 first results generally needed a solid domain names with a good point for the .com, of course, but you can find other domain names. You use also meta tags and keywords to be aligned with user queries, qualified traffic and backlinks, and you can add some SEA. So you buy advertising on Google just to boost the visibility. And the goal of that is to generate enough traffic to appear credible in the eyes of the algorithm. The way the artificial intelligence engines works, it's totally different, because when user ask question, they get just a single answer, not a list of answers. It's not longer based on keywords, but on the strongest semantic match. So it means that natural language processing, NLP, and a large language model, LLMs, analyze meaning, conceptual relationship, and frequent usage, and they learn and improve on the mass behaviors. So the web is now scanned in real time, not at a database of links, but has a vast semantic cloud. So that's why a dot brand could become strategic, because the traditional SEO, I don't know if it's dead. I think no, because AI engines use the traditional SEO, but still really heavily on Google index data. But the priority is shifting. It's not geo against SEO, but it's just a shift in priority and how you need to build your strategic presence on internet. So it means that the semantics beats the structure. In the future, identity-rich domain extension like .brand becomes powerful assets because of a strong brand, well rooted in its ecosystem, meaning products, services, community. So you need to have a link and a semantic signification between the products, the services, community, and the the brand and the name of your brand and the way it's references. And it naturally, if you do that, it naturally fits within the semantic field that intelligent artificial engine draw from. Your ending in .brown could be immediately seen as a legitimate, recognizable, and trustworthy source. So it's super powerful for your recognition on internet. And it boosts your chance of being selected by an AI response. Remember that you have only one answer and not a list of answers. It's not just for the corporate giants. Every people, as a small company, could benefit from this clarity and coherence with a dot brand. Especially in a world driven by language understanding, anything that strengthens the semantic identity of your content becomes strategic and essential. Geo's core strategy is to build semantic consistency across your brand, products, and services, and the communities all around them. The goal is to naturally embed that coherence into how AI engine interpret the world. This may mean intentionally cultivating behaviors and brand reflex that AI will eventually recognize and prioritize. So you need, well, companies, or if you want to be on internet, you need to rethink your search strategy just to anticipate the future usage. It's an open question. I don't have the answer. Just having that in mind to work on that. And the dot brand is not just a branding move. It's not just a question of just an idea. It's a chance to reinforce your digital territory in a coherent, secure way. Remember that with a dot brand, you can build a super high security advantages and fully aligned with how AI engine operates. What is interesting with AI is that you have a multiple usage who can turn up and reinforce the usage of AI search engine. With the rise of voice commands, for instance, users are not longer real and they listen to a singular answer. So it's perfect match with ChatGPT, for instance. Also, the arrival of smart glasses, limited screen space. So you need having short answer in your answer. Instant AI answer. Only the most reliable source gets shown. Personalized AI agents prefer seemingly strong and consistent bonds. So I don't know how this usage will be used in the future. We will see. But you'll be sure that because of the human tendency of being lazy on how you use internet, you'll be sure that they prefer instant answer over browsing long lists anyway. So I just have one thing. It's clear for me. Google style search results, as we know, actually will them are fading with the rise of new habits. So that's why it's just not a changing on search, but it's clearly a redefinition on where company or people were formed. That one is not just a gimmick, as I said previously, or a vanity play, but it could be a strategic layer. And it's interesting to do that to assert identity of your identity to be understood and selected by all the different AI search engine, and to secure your digital presence over the long term. So it's a real way of rethinking your strategy, your digital strategy, and of course, a super opportunity to rebuild, to build for the future something. Thank you for your audience. There is a question, I think.
Hi, this is Silat from Silo. So we are buddies here. So I was wondering how the dot brands that strategy can help for smaller companies who cannot afford their own dot brand. So they have to go somewhere which is matching, like dot name or dot domain would be in our industry. What would you suggest for the smaller stores and smaller companies?
Well, it's a question of cost underlying what you ask. A lot of people, well, a lot of company I met point out that it costs a lot to have a dot brand. But at the final point, when you had all the advantage for the digital and for the future of digital, if it makes sense with what you do, it's super important. So if you are a big company with a strong brand, it makes sense. If you are a small company but with a clear, identified brand, meaning something with your product, it's interesting. And in fact, the cost we spoke about 200,000 euro. If you compare that with all the guys you need to make digital, to make security on IT teams, well, it's not a huge cost. And you can have your own internet secure. So it's a super asset on all the problem on security. But also, you can build something super strong with what happened in usage of searching things on internet. So for me, if well, of course it's obvious, but you can have your whole dot brand, but you can also think about how you can use existing dot something, but with a meaning, not just dot com or dot something else, but having words with a meaning, a strong meanings. I don't know, a dot beer with the search AI who have a new future and super opportunity to work on that till these two. So it's not a question of new dot brand. It's more generic, in fact.
Thank you, Arnaud. Do you think with only one answer will come struggles for smaller companies? Like, why try if AI only gives one answer?
I don't know. Well, I don't know what the future could be, in fact, because you always say it would be that, and in fact, in real time, it's just something we need to have in our mind. It's potential, the potential way of the results. It's clear that if you have more usage of vocal, of lunettes connected glasses, if you have more and more, if it could create some usage where you are comfortable with just one answer. So it's a super struggle challenge for a company to be selected. It's not a question to be in the 10, the first 10. It's to be the one. So it changed a little bit. But at the same time, Google is always here. Google still on Gemini to be in the race, in fact. So we don't know. Perhaps they can have the usage and having not 10, but 5, I don't know, and change the way they put the answer on the search. I don't know. but it's super challenging and super curious. I'm super curious on what happened in the future. Yeah.
It's exciting. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Super exciting. Just have a question and say that perhaps people need to change how they build the strategy, the digital strategy, because during decades you don't have a real change and you are only Google.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Thank you, everyone.
I appreciate how he talked about identity. I think when we have a domain, always, right, we want it to point back to our identity. And it's